mother's here.
Always goes on longer than anybody wants.
Have I always been that way?
Always.
Really?
You love the end of a joke, and you just do it and do it and do it and do it.
Yeah.
Beyond the point where most people who like the end of the joke stop. Just saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Your niece Ava does it too.
Really?
She does.
She's very funny.
She is. She had a choir concert. And the night before she had the choir concert, Ella had a choir concert, her older sister. And she said, "Who do you like the best up there?" And of course I said, "Ella." And she said, "Yeah, but who else do you like?" And I said, "You know what? I think I like that girl who's in the back row because she's smiling when she's singing and she's moving a little bit and she looks like she's really into the music. She's my favorite." So the next day I go to the grammar school where Ava's concert is, and she's up there smiling and moving, and
Oh.
it was really cute. She definitely wants to be Aunt Laura.
Oh.
She's got her mind on a comedy career.
She's naturally so funny.
Yeah, and she's
Like-
only 10.
My sister, her mom, Ava's mom, will be like, "Okay, smile for the photo." And every single time she's like, but Tracy's like, "Ava, just
Please.
one normal." And she's like she just can't.
She cannot. She
It's
cannot.
so funny. I like the commitment for her. Just
She's very committed to
doesn't
it.
matter.
Where you had a little of the,
I was
Posing.
posing too.
yeah, you were posing.
Wait, so everything's dead. That plant's dead. That plant's dead, and this plant's dead.
Well, does anybody water them?
T-
You know what?
I used to.
You know the water bottles that you have that you drink from, all the, not the ginormous ones, but the regular size water bottles? What I do is I have regular size water bottles. I fill one for each plant every week, and they get 1 bottle of water a week. So I pick a day, and that's the day. And I go around with 6 water bottles in my arms and just pour in a water bottle, and that's it. That's all I do. Although once in a while, if a plant is looking like not happy,
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it a tea instead of just a water because it gives it nutrients. I mean, an herbal tea. You know, you don't, like a green tea.
You make it a tea?
I do. I give
Really?
yeah. About once a month, I give my plants a tea instead
Wow.
of just regular water.
Oh my God.
And they do great.
And then they're energized?
Well, they seem better.
Wow.
They seem better. I know. I don't do a lot with them, but
Is there any reviving that plant?
I don't know. But I can look. I can take it out, see what the roots look like, trim off any of the dead, because that's just gonna, right. I would cut that plant down.
Okay.
All the brown leaves would go all the way down to the bottom of the shoot because the roots are wasting their time and energy on something that's not alive anymore on top. Get rid of it, let the green get all the nutrients and the water, and
Okay.
they're going to come back.
Okay.
And I know we've done this with orchids, but they're not hard to make bloom again.
Yeah, right.
But
You've taught. Yeah.
the meat, and as soon as they lose their flowers, you trim them above a node like you have, or a knuckle is what it looks the most like to me, and water them. As usual, most people overwater. They only get a 1/4 cup of water a week.
Or an ice cube a week.
You know what?
You don't like the ice cube?
I don't. Orchids,
Wow.
I know. Lots of
Hot
people
take,
do it.
Mom. You're about to get us canceled.
Yeah, I know.
You
Orchids
don't
are
like-
a tropical plant.
Careful.
They don't grow, in frozen weather, and you're giving them something frozen. Why not just a 1/4 cup of water at room temp? They'd be much happier.
Bold statement.
I know. One of my favorites is one that you gave me probably 8 years ago.
Get out of here.
It's in white. The orchids are all white, and it's a double. And it's gorgeous. And it blooms maybe every 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And it's gorgeous.
That's crazy. 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Do your other daughters get you orchids?
No. No, Tracy actually steals my orchids. And she decorates her house or her schoolroom with them.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, you've always been the one.
if you wanna talk about quality of daughters,
Quality of daughters. Everybody has their own special quality as far as daughters
they're
go.
not really what are they doing?
Um, hmm. Well,
Exactly.
Tracy still lives by me. So I
Oh,
get to see her
wow.
kids all the time.
Okay,
That's
that
huge.
is huge.
That's
That's
huge.
huge, yeah.
And I miss and Colleen probably calls me once a day.
Really?
Pretty close.
She calls
Except,
you more than I call you?
oh my God, yes.
Really?
And she doesn't hang up on me and call me and say, I got to take this. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. And 5 minutes could be 3 hours later. It could be the next day.
Really?
No, but she did tell me as she was picking up the kids for Christmas break, she's Brad, I probably won't be calling you this week, but I'm going to see you soon anyway. Because when her kids are home, she kind of focuses entirely on the kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It
I
does
get
make
it.
sense.
Especially when kids are really young, especially it's so hard to
Yes.
I've done a sketch on that of trying to have a phone call when you're
Oh,
with young kids.
right.
It's just
Phone call
impossible.
means you need your mother.
Yeah.
It always has.
Yeah.
We always
Wait,
did
but
that.
has she always been calling you every day? Is this more recent or has this been
No, it's been a while.
what's a while? A few years?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's she talking about?
Her kids, the farm, what she's reading. She just sent me a book on gods, Greek gods, Egyptian gods, just myths and stories.
You remember when she read the Bible?
I do remember she read the Bible cover to cover.
Because we grew up not religious.
Right. Not belonging to any specific religion. My husband was kind of really anti-religion for a long time. He's mellowed a bit now that he's turning 75. But
He was atheist.
he was
But now what?
But I never was atheist.
No.
I always believe that there's something out there, a power greater than us, whether it's
You were doing tongues on me my entire childhood.
the universe or tongues on you. What does that mean? Tongues on you?
Evangelical Christians do like
Oh, that's me?
tongues.
Oh, speaking in tongues. Like
Speaking in tongues.
Greg's mother.
Yeah.
Do you remember we all went someplace and she was speaking in tongues in the
Well-
closet? That was interesting.
My mom didn't really do that.
No.
It's not funny, but it is funny. Speaking
Oh.
in tongues is funny.
And you, being the ever curious person that you are, and asking almost anything without any limitations, we're sitting, and it was a group of us. It was Colleen and Greg
Uh-huh.
and Laura and her,
That's my sister's husband.
yes,
Just for
Laura
context.
and her hopefully soon to be ex-husband. Is that bad too to say?
No, we'll get on that next.
Okay. And Tracy without anybody. But anyway, all of us were there. And Greg's mother was there. I don't know exactly why, but she
Palm
was.
Springs.
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Laura didn't know what she was doing when she was talking in the closet in tongues. I was explaining it to Laura, what she was doing, and it was her way of praying. And because she had friends that would tell her that she wasn't going to go to heaven when she was young because she was raised in a suburban area where everybody was Christian.
Yeah.
Most people were Catholic. But Laura said, I told her that what this woman believed was if you don't believe in God and her God, the way she sees God, then you would go to hell, and not heaven. And
Yeah.
it was a whole lot more to it. And so then we're all sitting out on the stairs, and Greg is there, all of us are there, Mom is there, and she looks at her brother-in-law and says, does this mean you're going to hell? Do you remember saying that?
Wait, but why did I look at
Does this mean you
Oh.
believe your son's going to hell?
That's what I said to her. What I remember
No, in front of all of
Yeah,
us.
that's what I remember. I remember we got on the topic of religion,
Right.
which is already a no-no. And I was just like, wait, so do you believe that people who aren't Christian or an evangelical Christian are going to hell? And she was like, well, yes, I do. And I was like, so do you think your son's going to hell?
That's exactly what you said.
That's what
You
I
should have told
remember.
the
But
story.
I don't remember the tongues bit.
Oh, I think that's when she got up and left and headed for the closet.
Okay. I don't recall that bit, but I just remember asking her that. But I wasn't trying to be combative. I was just,
It was curiosity to you.
yeah, I was just like, that's so interesting.
Right. But if I had raised you in a more sensitive way towards other people's religions, you probably wouldn't have said that.
Oh,
Like I would never have said that to someone who devoutly believed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try to make them say their son was going to hell.
Yeah.
That was,
I can see that.
yeah,
I can see that.
that
now.
was one of those.
I don't know that I would have asked her that today.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, I probably would have just
And what were
left
you?
it alone.
Like 18? 19?
I was probably like 20.
Okay. But you were young.
Yeah. My prefrontal cortex was not fully developed.
No, it wasn't. And ours develop way before the males do.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Makes a lot of sense.
Sometimes it does.
So you haven't been here. My mom came before Christmas. Christmas is this Thursday. This episode's going on Wednesday. So you haven't been here for Christmas. We haven't been together on Christmas Day. I was thinking about that.
You and Colleen would come home periodically, but we were still going to in-laws' houses.
Yeah. But it was really when I started having kids that it stopped.
Yes, that's true.
So the last time we've been together on Christmas it must have been 2017.
Yeah, easily.
Right? Maybe 2016.
Yes.
So, because I could have been in England that year.
Right.
Actually, I need to look back
But-
at my camera roll.
Right.
Which is how I remember things.
And Laura still has a lot of family in Chicago,
Yeah.
and I'm the oldest girl in Chicago. So I always host Thanksgiving, and then I host Christmas, and I do all of that. So there are, 30 or 40 of us that are always at my house.
Yeah.
So it never seemed good, but because we tried to celebrate it early
Yeah.
this year, I was free on Christmas Day,
I know.
which was great. And
I'm so excited.
you said, take advantage, come.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes,
So she's here for 2 weeks.
I am. I'm very excited.
My mom and dad here for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Poppy and Alfie were so excited. Alfie was excited in his own Alfie way.
Absolutely. And I love his Elfie way. So that's fine with me.
Yeah. Aren't they is it crazy? Do they feel way older, bigger?
Yes.
Is it jarring for you because you haven't seen them in a little
Elfie's
bit?
jarring. His face is jarring. He looks all the baby fat is gone. Unlike his grandmother, who will always have the storing nuts in my cheek for winter cheeks. But yeah, he looks so much like you now. It's incredible.
Really? So when you saw his face, was it like, whoa, that's little
Yes.
Laura?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, and it wasn't toddler Elfie at all.
Yeah.
There was no more of the baby fat. He's, angular and structured and gorgeous.
Crazy. Well, Poppy's got the storing chipmunks or storing nuts.
She does now,
in her
but
cheeks.
she's as old as she is. Alfie had a rounder face. By the way,
Poppy's always had the best cheeks ever.
one dimple.
The dimple.
Yeah. And one dimple is even better.
Oh,
It's that asymmetrical
it's
thing.
so cute.
I know. I always wanted dimples.
She's hysterical.
She's very funny. We had a very good time on the ride home in the back seat.
Yeah. And dinner last night. She's
Yes.
just everyone stop talking. Listen to me. So Poppy said, I'm going to say, what's under there? And then at the count of 3, you have to say underwear. That's it.
You all have to say the answer.
Yes.
So there
And then
were
we had
3
to
of us
sit-
at the table at the time.
Yeah.
2 of us said underwear, and somebody said,
What's underwear?
yeah, or something. You added an extra word. You
Yeah.
blew the whole scene.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But then she said, you said underwear.
Yes. You
That's
said underwear. Although she told me a good joke about the 3-humped camel.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Why does camel have 3 humps?
Why?
It's pregnant.
It's what do you call a 3-humped camel?
Oh, is that what it see?
She says, what do you call a 3-hunt camel? And I just don't correct her. She
Right.
says she calls the dining room diving room.
Yeah.
The diving room.
I love those things, though.
When she has a stomach ache, I said, "What kind of pain is it?" She goes, "Shark pains."
That would be a serious pain.
I know.
Sharks are pretty,
Shark pains. So how is life at home?
um, it's fine. It's interesting. It's a different journey.
Tell me more.
Well, it's just harder when your partner isn't fully there all the time. I mean, he's there physically, but he has some issues with his memory and
What
dementia.
was it specifically diagnosed as?
It has not been specifically diagnosed yet.
What does the doctor think?
Um, Possibly Alzheimer's or possibly Lewy body.
Which is a type of dementia.
Yes, and dementia is a type of dementia. Those are the basic three. So he just forgets a lot of stuff and,
Yeah.
puts things in peculiar places, like the TV remote in the refrigerator. That's odd. It's hard to find in there because you're not looking for it. Luckily, when I was looking for it, I got myself a drink, and lo and behold, there was the TV remote.
Crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, but he doesn't drive anymore. But
He doesn't drive anymore?
No,
At all?
don't tell him. Yeah,
When did that stop?
a while ago, October.
And did something happen?
No, oh no, nothing ever happened, and we practiced all the time driving. Or I shouldn't say practice. I would ride with him both in local traffic, in city traffic, and on highways, just to make sure he still had all the right instincts, and he absolutely did. But it just seems safer. My worry was more if there was a street closure and he had to go a different way,
Totally.
he would get lost. So it wasn't worth it. And he swears his phone is broken, but any phone he has is broken because he just can't remember how to use them.
So does he not use his phone at all?
No. No, he constantly can't get into it.
Can you make the phone without a password?
The password isn't the problem. He just
So he
doesn't.
remembers.
Yeah. Well, he only has 2 passwords that he uses all the time for everything.
Okay.
So, and they're just the reverse of each other.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. If he tries one and it doesn't work, he goes the other way, and then it works. But he doesn't remember how to make a phone call or that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So,
And then has he been like, "Oh, I'm going to the store," and then what happens
well,
in
for a
that?
while he was going to the store, but he always came home with, stuff that we didn't need and nothing that we did.
Yeah.
So, he would take a long time, and that was a bit scary for me because I was, because it shouldn't take that long. We're talking, the Jewel is what, 3 blocks away,
Right.
and he'd been there forever, and he would take an hour,
But does
and then
he
you get panicky.
Yeah, but then does he not remember that he doesn't drive anymore and tries to drive?
No, he doesn't seem to have any desire
Okay.
to drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and he's not working anymore since October.
Right. So with that, you guys, what was he doing exactly at that job? Mechanic, right?
Well, yeah,
Or-
he can fix virtually anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's always been able to. And they especially liked him because he could fix all the stuff that the younger guys have no idea what to do with.
Yeah, it was a food
Because
pack-
everything else has changed. It's computerized. It's, but they
Yeah.
get to old stuff and they're not as good at it. And
Yeah,
he was great at it.
at a food packaging company.
Yes.
Yeah. But so my dad was working even with dementia. He was going because it was just something he wanted to keep doing, and it hadn't progressed to a level.
No, it wasn't.
But then there were scary times, like you called me that one time, and
that was the end. That was
when he was like 3 hours late, and it was like, oh shit. But then he eventually got home that day, right? Or
But
was
that-
that the
that's a whole different thing. that wasn't his dementia. On our 50th wedding anniversary, I have dinner already, and it's, going to be really nice, and he's not there. And, I get another half hour, he's not there. And 2 hours later, he's still not there, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm calling over at work, and by this time, all the daytime people are gone, and they're not answering the phone in the
Yeah.
office, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And he's still not there. And then I did call you because I was panicking.
Yeah.
And not that you could do anything from California, and I called Tracy, who is the one who lives close to me, and said, Dad's not here. And all of a sudden the phone rings. And he says, Marilyn, I'm at, what did he call it? Main Hospital in Maywood, and there is no Main Hospital in Maywood. I'm at Main Hospital in Maywood. I'm going to give somebody $500, and I'm going to leave here and get in my car and come home. And I'm thinking, okay. So I call Tracy, and I send her to the hospital, knowing that it's not Main. I redialed the number, and it was a specific hospital.
Okay.
He was just in the main entrance.
Main entrance.
And he was calling it Main Hospital.
Okay.
So I called Tracy. I told her which hospital to go to.
Yeah.
I was worried if he got into his car and came home, I wanted somebody to be there.
Yeah.
So she headed to the hospital, and she was the one that got him, she and Mike. So they brought him home. But he had passed out at work and hit his head and scraped up his back because he has arrhythmia. And it was his heart that shut him down and made him pass out.
Right.
So he went to the hospital in an ambulance. So there was no worry about him trying to drive himself home.
But he didn't remember.
He didn't. Plus, he took a big whack on his head. Yeah, so that was a very memorable 50th wedding anniversary.
Jeez.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
But he didn't remember what happened, like, because you had asked him what happened.
Right.
And he didn't have, but then
he said he tripped over something and banged his head, which wasn't the case, because there were other people there who told the story. And when he went to the hospital, he's had an arrhythmia since he was a kid. And he didn't tell the people at the hospital that he had a heart arrhythmia. So they thought they discovered something new and wanted to keep him at the hospital to discuss this new heart problem.
Yeah.
And I did end up talking to a nurse and saying, no, this is nothing new. He's had this forever. And if he's going to come home, we'll go to Good Sam, which is one of the major cardiac places to go in Illinois. And it's in our town. So I said, I'm sending my daughter to pick him up. So, yeah, it was.
But then he still, after that, insisted on going and did for a bit. And then one day, we don't know why.
Oh, no.
Did you ever figure out why he got let go?
No, not exactly. He started.
And how did you find out? He told you?
No. Yes, he did. He told me.
But then you said why, and he was like, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, it isn't that simple.
Okay.
He owned a food packaging plant for a long time.
Yes.
And after he was done with that, he went and worked in food packaging plants. And he would keep his own hours because he owned the company, right? He started keeping his own hours at the other place. He'd go in when he wanted, if he decided, and he was not a slacker.
No.
He would just decide there wasn't enough work and they shouldn't have to pay him for not doing anything. So he would leave, without telling anybody. So that's the reason.
Whoa. Yeah. That's so interesting. It's like because he used to own his own company, so he kind of could do that.
Yes.
And then that mentality came
his long-term memory is much stronger than his short.
He comes into that one thinking, just bossing everyone around.
Well, he had his own department, he used to call it a cage.
Yeah, he
had his own cage. Yes. And he was very happy as a clam in his own cage.
But he didn't remember why they let him go, but you just gather it's gotta be
Oh,
that,
no,
or
I know that.
you talk to
True.
them?
Yes,
Oh,
I
you
know
did?
that as a
Okay.
fact.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It was, he was coming when he wanted and leaving when he wanted. And most
That's
companies do not favor that.
right.
No, it's kind of a,
Oh my god.
yeah. So, but
But
it
we're
was
kind of
good anyway.
yeah, exactly. Because
Because
yeah.
I was working I was saying, you're going to have to retire by Christmas because you're going to be 75 and you have to retire. And he didn't necessarily know that you don't have to retire at 50, but it seemed like the way to go.
And my
He
poor
needed to stop.
mom, because his hours were crazy early. So it was a few times a week, but starting at like 4 in the morning, right?
Oh,
Or he had to,
no, 5 days a week,
oh, sorry.
Monday through Friday.
There was a period where he would work weekends,
He
12-hour shifts, but
He did. He worked 13-hour shifts and he
yeah,
only worked 3 days a week,
that's
Friday,
right. Yeah.
Saturday, and Sunday. But I think even then he was starting to
Pick and choose.
or go to lunch twice. Either not he tended to get there on time in the morning, but then he'd leave if he didn't have work to do. So
That makes sense.
I think the company's way of maybe trying to fix this issue was making him a regular, um, 3:30. I know those aren't regular hours, but they were his hours. 3:30 to 4:00.
3:30 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, 3:30 till 1:30.
You would follow him, right? To make sure he
Yes.
got there
Well, just
on time. You wouldn't sleep. You'd stay
anytime.
up all
Yeah.
night and then follow him to work.
Oftentimes,
That
yes.
can't be sustainable for you.
I could go home and sleep while he worked, and then
Right.
it worked out.
So this is good. This is a good thing.
So he doesn't always remember what I tell him, but the one time he remembers is when I said, you're going to have to quit. And he went in the first week of October on the first time I told him that. And he said, I quit.
Wait, but I thought he got let go.
No, he quit. I didn't know that for quite a while. He remembered that I wanted him to quit, but he didn't remember that we were saying at the end of the year and you can put in your notice and all the other stuff. He just said.
But then the thing about him going and leaving as he pleases.
Right, was absolutely. They were trying to deal with that.
But
And then so when I got a letter from the company, they said his hours had become erratic and, they accepted it and blah, 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 blah.
got it. Okay, now I'm confused.
Okay.
I guess it's a confusing situation.
It was a very confusing situation because even now he'll say, well, I have to get up early for work.
He'll forget
That he's not working.
He's not working. And that still happens?
Yes, periodically.
And then you just remind him and then what?
Yeah, I said, no, you don't have to work. You're retired. He goes, yeah, I'm retired. I don't have to do anything. It's like, there you go.
And so he's sort of accepting it.
Yeah, he's kind of liking it. Never thought he would, but he is.
That's really great. And he's
Yes.
sleeping a lot, which is good.
He does sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's because his body is telling him he needs more rest.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre for me to hear an insect buzzing around my head.
I know.
When
I don't know what to do about that.
Well, I don't care.
I see it, but
But just coming from, 8 inches of snow on the ground, it's very peculiar to hear an insect.
Really?
Well, yeah, they're all, I guess you have some in your house if you have insects in your house, but
Sure.
yeah, no flies, no mosquitoes, all frozen.
Yeah.
Don't mind that part of winter.
Yeah. So how are you staying sane?
I talk to my daughters.
Daughters?
And I have some very, very good close friends.
You do?
I do. There's a whole slew of them.
And there's something I like that you said, that he is almost like a toddler in ways, but it's the joy that he feels when he wins a game, because they play games every night, which is really good for him.
Every night.
Every night?
Yes. And what used to take us about an hour is up to about 2.5 now.
Really?
Yes. But one of the games we play is Yahtzee. And when he rolls, he picks them up and he rolls them, and then he goes, yeah,
Really?
like an 8-year-old boy would do.
Yeah.
It's and then when he gets what he wants, he's very excited.
Right.
That
In
kind
a
of stuff.
way that he wasn't before.
Absolutely. Oh no, I don't think. I think in a way that no adult is.
Sure.
So but I've always liked kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I like games, and games are good for your brain. It's another thing that keeps your brain growing, not just learning languages or
Yeah.
you know.
Games,
Yeah,
learning an instrument.
right.
Well, this isn't so much fun, this part either, but I do want to talk about it. When everything was going down with my ex and I, were friends like reaching out to you? Because
Yes, people ask me about it all the time, but I tend to give them the same very short answer. Yeah, it's still crazy.
it's still crazy. Oh,
Yes,
it's so annoying, isn't it? Because like you're
so
having
annoying.
a good day. Like I'll go into my kid's play gym and someone will come up to me and be like, "Ugh, I read what he posted. Did you see that? Are you okay? I saw what he posted." Yeah, bitch, I was having a great day, actually. I was having a good day, and now I have to talk to you about something traumatic that I don't want to be looking every day.
No,
There's still crazy stuff happening online.
I don't follow it.
Right. And it's like, so I'm just focused on my life and healing and moving forward. And it's not helpful, you know?
No, but I think it's that, people want a little more they're curious.
I
They
get,
want a little more than you've
yeah.
put online. They want to be in the know. Um,
Cause
and
I get if it's in a really just compassionate, like, hey,
right. You would
but
have a
when,
sick child and people say, oh, how is he
yeah,
doing? That's very different than this.
then the gossip, then wanting to gossip around it.
And gossip I've always thought of as being something that it's not necessarily true and over exaggerated. But in this case, this is all real and all happening, which makes it worse. They just want to know more than I think they may have a right to know. I just spotted the bug.
Spotted
I did.
It's over
Went
there.
like that. Yeah.
It's over there.
Anyway.
But I just didn't know what your experience was like where, when you went to book club or anything like that, like, were they asking you or
Yes.
oh,
One of the things about our book club is everybody talks about what's going on in their family,
right.
because we've been in this club for over 30 years and the 12 of us are close.
Yeah.
Um, so, yes, but this is, I don't know, just not the same. And like if somebody's got something going on in their family that they don't want to talk about, everybody respects it.
Yeah.
But because this is on a more public format,
yeah.
I don't think that I don't really have to respect it because it's out there anyway.
Mm,
So let's find out a little more kind of thinking. Or curiosity or pure curiosity. I mean, I don't think they're doing it to be evil or, intrusive or anything like that. I think it's just human nature. It's like looking at a car accident. Why is
yeah.
there always a gaper's block? Because people just have to slow down and see more.
Yes.
When in reality, it's nothing that you really want to see.
Yeah.
But
It's so crazy, isn't
it's
it?
very crazy.
It's so weird. I'll like think back on what it used to be like, even when I
Yeah,
was pregnant with Alfie and you came and you were there for a month and it was just like just felt so normal,
it was. It
you
was
know?
great. And we all got along and everything was great.
I know.
Yeah.
And then shit got insane.
Yes.
And for way longer than I knew, really. I knew something was up, but I
Right.
wasn't quite sure what. And then it just all went off the rails. And now, like today, I
Mhm.
mean, there's still a lot going on. It's not resolved by any means, but now that like the courts are involved, I do feel safer and more protected. Like I
Which is
just,
great.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
wouldn't it be nice to get it done and have it all be behind you?
Oh,
Not
yes.
that he's always going to be their father, so there'll probably always be some interaction with him. But just to have the divorce final, to get all of this stuff done, so you never have to think about it again,
Yeah.
would be really nice for you.
Yeah. I guess I was saying like most people are upset when the court is involved.
Oh,
And I am grateful
sure.
because I feel more protected.
You were in a
Whereas if I was by my
you weren't protected by yourself,
right.
and
So
you
I
were
yeah.
broken into. I mean,
Yeah.
your house was, you weren't, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I don't know.
and you didn't have any protection because there was no form of punishment that he saw as a deterrent. But once the court got involved,
Yeah.
kind of changes things,
Exactly.
which is good.
Yeah. But still like insane and horrific and sad that it had to get to
Oh,
that
absolutely.
point. Like so, you know,
Yeah,
I'm still processing it all.
sure.
And, it was really hard too because I was writing my third book before all this went down. And it was like initially I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a book about like what it's like going through a normal divorce and co-parenting and
Right.
just like this
Well,
nor-
co-parenting did not work at all.
normal experience." And then
Yeah.
it just everything went fucking bananas and
Yes.
so it became this entirely different thing, but that was also hard because I had to relive everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it like was not a fluff piece. It was not
No.
fun. I still made it funny though.
Good.
Yeah.
What? I don't know how you survive without a
You
sense of
have
humor
to. You have to.
for anything,
Yeah.
you know. I'm a very big believer in humor. I swear, I think of the funniest things at wakes.
I know.
When you're standing in that long line, Irish Catholic, our lines are always really long, to get up there and view the person. You just come up with so many really funny things.
Yeah.
And it's so inappropriate. It's like laughing in church.
I know.
I don't know why that is, but it's,
Yeah.
I don't know, a defense mechanism, a coping mechanism.
Definitely coping,
Coping?
I think. And a good one,
Probably.
a really good one.
Yes.
There was actually a case of someone who was diagnosed with terminal cancer and they didn't want to take all the drugs or something. I don't know what they
Mhm.
did and what they didn't, to be honest. All I know is they checked themselves into a hotel room and they watched comedy all day, every day for like a certain amount of weeks. And like the cancer went away.
Oh.
We need to Google.
I was going to say,
No, I don't think, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying like comedy cures cancer.
So watch
But
me.
if you want to cure your cancer, follow me at Laura Clary. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yikes.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
But there was a story like that, and I do want to find out specifics. Patrick, maybe you could look that up because I'm not lying. Watch, I'll ask Bella. Norman Cousins.
Who's Bella?
Bella's my ChatGPT.
You named her.
Can you tell us about Norman Cousins, the man who supposedly cured his cancer through watching comedy movies?
Absolutely. So Norman Cousins was a pretty fascinating guy. He was an author and a professor, and he became well known for this idea that laughter and positive emotions could actually have a real impact on healing. Basically, he was dealing with a really painful condition, and he decided to watch a bunch of comedy movies and just laugh a lot as a kind of therapy. And he found that it actually helped him feel better and manage his pain. So he wrote about it, and it became a kind of famous example of the idea that laughter really can be good medicine.
But what did he have? What did he have
What was the
specifically?
painful condition?
What was the painful condition?
Yeah, so Norman Cousins was dealing with a condition called ankylosing spondylitis. It's a type of arthritis that mainly affects the spine, and it can be super painful and really limit mobility. So he was dealing with that, and his approach of using humor and laughter was kind of his way of managing the pain and trying to feel better despite it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That seems much more reliable.
Much more realistic.
Yes. Yeah, the cancer thing had me.
I don't know. I just, that's why we
Right.
looked it up. I have to pee. Because I think I have a UTI coming, but I'm flushing it out. So I just have to pee.
It's allowed.
You know what I'm talking about when you have a UTI and you just have to pee? You got to flush out the infection.
Yes, absolutely.
I can feel it. If I don't flush it out, it's going to.
Go. Laura's got to pee. She thinks she has a UTI coming on. So this is it for this. We'll talk to you next time.
I got to say,
She's
though,
back.
just wrapping up on that, that didn't even hurt to pee.
Good.
Because I've been flushing. I've been drinking tons of water. You know when you feel a UTI coming on, and then I take this stuff called Dementia, and I am going to link the brand that I'm obsessed with. Ever since I started taking this supplement specifically, I don't get UTIs anymore. If I feel them starting, I take the supplement throughout the day for a few days and they flush out. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, what if it's there and you're just not treating it? No, I'll go to the doctor and I'll get tested and it'll come back negative. So I successfully flushed out the infection naturally. Because there was a period, you guys, where I would get UTIs every few months. I would just get reoccurring, you know? And they prescribed me antibiotics, and it was this vicious cycle of being on antibiotics every few months. And it's like, that's horrible
for good for you.
No. Yeah. And then Dementia, I was so desperate because the doctor's like, antibiotics again. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I was desperate and I just started looking up any natural remedies for UTIs because I can't just keep getting antibiotics like multiple times a year. That's so bad for me.
Correct.
And I see this YouTube video of this girl talking about Dementia and how she takes this and it cures her UTIs naturally. And it like cleans out your urinary tract basically. And I got it on a whim and I stopped getting them for years. And then, so this is very rare for me to.
Well, have you been regularly taking it?
No.
See.
What I'll do is I'll take it after.
More than your mother needed to know.
Sex.
Yeah. That would have been better, preferable to the one that you gave me. But yes. Yeah. No.
But I'll take like.
See, and I take it every day with my regular vitamins.
That's smart.
But then you just take one and I never think about it again. And it's absolutely worked for me.
Really?
And I have told other people and it's worked for them too.
It's crazy, dude. But you have to get the right brand and I will link that brand. And this is not even sponsored, by the way. I'm obsessed with Dementia, but it has to be the right brand because I ordered another brand one time and it
didn't work.
Mom, it didn't work. I was taking them every time after sex, which is my method. I'll just take a few or whatever, and then I don't get them, and I pee right after too.
Right.
But I never would get them, and I was taking them every time, and I got the infection. And I was like, "What the hell?" And then I realized it was a different brand. So some of them, if you just go on Amazon and type it, it could have a low percentage of it or like just not be concentrated enough, not be quality enough. And that makes a difference.
Yes.
That makes a big old difference. But anyway, so I've been doing that and this didn't hurt at all when I peed.
Great.
Isn't this so exciting, you guys?
It is when you have a UTI.
Because UTIs are the worst.
They're not good.
I told my mom this morning, I'm never having sex again.
Yes,
I'm just not going to.
And
it's
again,
not worth it.
Her mother said, more information than I need, but I love you, dear.
You don't want to know about my
Every time
sex
you have
life?
Sex? Yeah.
You don't want to know about my kinks and fetishes? We're going to get into kinks. We're going to get into kinks and fetishes with my mom, with grandma, on next week's episode. So stay tuned for more. So what I like to do in bed is